What's up, guys? Now, today I'm going to cover what to do when you've achieved your goal. Okay, so when you've achieved your fat loss goal, your weight, your muscle increase goal, any sort of plus or negative goal. Okay, when it comes to weight loss or weight gain, all this has to do with is calories. Okay, so to lose weight, you have to have a negative net calorie intake. To gain weight, you have to have a positive net calorie intake. Now, once you've seen these goals though, or achieved them, you want to know what to do next. Okay, so how do I maintain them? What do I go from there? What do I do? Okay, the process is called reverse dieting. Okay. And how this works is once you have achieved your goal, so let's say my goal was to go from 240 pounds down to 200 pounds, for instance, so it's easy for my math. I've achieved my 200 pounds, and now I've stayed there. Okay, I've maintained this 200 pounds, and I usually say try and maintain this for about 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so once I've achieved this for about 2 to 3 weeks, I know what my daily calories are as required to maintain this. So I'm just going to throw a number out there, but let's say it's 2,400 calories. So right now, to maintain my 200 pounds, I have a daily calorie or energy balance requirement of 2,400 calories per day. Okay, pretty simple. Now, once we have been able to maintain this for 2 to 3 weeks, we know that this is what is required to stay where we are. Now, if we're on a lower calorie diet, or especially a smaller woman who has about 900 to 1,500 calories, and even guys, the goal is to always have the most calories allowed to us to maintain our goals as possible. The reason for this is it allows us more flexibility with our total nutrition. It allows us more meals. It allows us more things that we have open to us in the availability of eating. Okay, and that's always very important, because by having a negative or a very low calorie energy balance, it means it's going to be very hard to consistently stay here without going up or losing weight. Okay, and that's very important, because if your goal is to stay at 200 pounds, we want to be able to do everything you want without increasing back up to that 240 pounds. So here's how this process works. We're going to start with our daily calorie energy balance of 2,400 calories. Each week, we're going to add between 50 to 100 calories. So what this means is each week I'm going to be taking weights and measurements. Okay, this is so that way we can see if we're going up too much or right on track. Okay, so I usually recommend about 3 to 4 times a week. So every 2 to 3 days, I'm going to be taking my weight and body fat. From here, week 1, for instance, I would say I'm going to go up to 2,500 calories per day. Okay, so I've increased it by 100 calories per day, and I'm taking my weight every 2 to 3 days. Okay, if I don't see that my weight has increased over the course of this week by taking in this extra 100 calories per day, I'm going to do the same thing the following week. I'm going to add another 100 calories, and now I'm consuming 2,600 calories per day. I continue this process every week until I've seen that my body starts to gain weight. I can either stop at that point or cut back to only 50 calories per day and do the exact same thing until I see that my body is gaining weight. Okay, so the idea here is a slow and gradual increase in calories back to the highest amount daily that your body can process, digest, and not store as fat. Once you've found that you have capped yourself, you will then stay there and continue this process again. After about 3 to 4 weeks, you're going to see if you have been able to maintain your body weight at that in this case 2,600 calories, continue there, and then slowly start adding in again calories. We can do this in a smaller amount now. In this case, we could do an increase of maybe 25 to 50. Okay. Now, once we have again figured out that this is no longer going to allow us to maintain our body weight, we're going to stop there. And that's the simple process of reverse dieting. We start with where we currently are at, okay, and we maintain that weight with the calorie and energy balances that we currently have for 2 to 3 weeks. Following that, we then add between 50 to 100 calories per day total. So let's say it's 100. I add 100 calories every day for week 1. I see no weight increase measuring myself every 2 to 3 days. So I say that is fine. I can now add another 50 to 100 calories every day to the next week. I again continue this process until I found that I can no longer increase my daily calories every week, and I stop there. I then maintain that, and then I can start this process over. That's the simple process of reverse dieting, to maintain your weight once you've achieved your goal and maintain all of your results. All right, very simple, very easy, and hopefully you can start implementing it right away.